episode number 44. We're going to start off this week with a quick question for you, mates.
Yep.
Who is the best ever to wear the number 44?
Oh, boy.
Looking for someone in particular here?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which sport?
Oh, no, AFL. We're talking.
Oh, okay. Because we're a footy podcast.
We're a footy podcast.
That's right. I don't know a lot about footy. 44. I'm assuming it's a Cats player. I'm going to assume... Is that Gary Ablett?
You weren't kidding about not knowing anything about footy, were you?
I literally don't know anything.
If you could just say Corey Enright, then we can start the show.
Boris.
Yeah.
Corey Enright.
Well done. Let's start the show.
Welcome, Jacko, one and all, to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. How are you, mate?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing very well.
Very well. I'm well, but I'm cold.
You're cold?
Yeah, I'm embracing the start of winter is officially tomorrow, so...
It's, I think it's come early, slightly early.
Yeah.
It's strange, right? Because I feel like summer dragged on and winter's come early. So we've effectively just gotten rid of autumn, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have.
Remember like a couple of weeks ago, it was like 25 degrees and it was just like on the weekends, it was like, 25.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you know it's pretty cold when I'm not wearing a singlet and shorts.
Man is in a hoodie. I'm being accompanied by a cup of tea.
Yeah.
We are really embracing the winter ways, aren't we, at the moment?
At least now it looks like we're in the same climate when we're...
That was a funny comment we got at one time. Let's start off this week, just before we get into the juicy stuff. Judging by what I'm wearing, for those on YouTube, you might have a rough idea where we're going with it this week.
Yeah.
But we want to hear from the listeners, just off the bat. This has nothing to do with anything we're going to talk about today. This is just something that's come up with us.
Yeah.
Being housemates. What is the dumbest thing you could possibly have for breakfast?
Wouldn't have a clue, mate.
You wouldn't have a clue.
I wouldn't have a clue.
I'm going to rat you out on the show in front of everyone, if that's all right.
Okay, that's all right.
So with your cereal adventures, I'd say.
Yes.
Activities in the kitchen, yeah. They're usually your go-to is usually pretty wild, isn't it?
My go-to is I usually mix cereals together, which I don't think that's abnormal.
That on its own, is fine. Like that comment.
Mixing cereals together?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sure the listeners would agree.
Yeah,
Mixing cereals.
Absolutely.
I tend to Wheat Bix is generally the base. Right? So you normally have Wheat Bix, but then usually I go for something a bit sweeter on top. I mean, I add sugar to the Wheat Bix anyway, but then you want something to complement it. So you go with like a crunchy nut, or Nutri-Grain's pretty sweet, so you go with Nutri-Grain. Sometimes Milo cereal.
Yep.
On top. But every now and then you sort of get a bit more experimental, and sometimes you can add like fruits and stuff as well. If you want to be healthy.
Sounding pretty good so far.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just remember that you just said if you want to be healthy.
Yeah,
Just remember that was just something that came out of your mouth.
Yeah. So I got a bit adventurous. I like to get adventurous sometimes with food journeys, and I added some Smarties.
You added Skittles.
Oh yeah, it was Skittles, wasn't it?
You can't.
What would be worse, Smarties or Skittles?
That whole fucking build up, and you got the bloody last ingredient wrong. Oh my god! No, but it reminds me of the IT crowd,
right?
Because I can't remember the context, but one of the characters in there was asking one of the other ones what he had for breakfast that morning.
Yeah, yeah.
And he replied saying Smarties cereal.
Ah.
She said, "Oh my God, I didn't even know Smarties made a cereal." And he said, "No, they don't. It's just Smarties in a bowl with milk." So is that what was in your head? No, it wasn't, because you don't watch the IT crowd.
Oh.
What have you done there? Talk me through what's just happened.
I don't know. I just I literally just had a brain fade.
It's all right. Happens to the best of you.
Maybe I reckon Smarties or M&Ms would be better than Skittles, purely because when I was eating it, it was really like everything else was sort of chewable, and then the Skittles, you just have to you normally suck on Skittles for a bit.
Do you?
You don't just bite them straight away, do you?
I do.
What?
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah.
They're rock hard. You got to.
No, they're not.
Skittles, yeah. M&M Smarties, you can just chew in them. Skittles, you need to let them sit in your mouth for a bit, and then just let the saliva break down the Skittles first, and then you chew. Isn't that?
I thought I knew you pretty well before we started living together. I feel like I'm learning something new about you every single fucking week.
There's a lot to learn.
I mean, to the listeners, I have to apologise because I'm the one that brought this up. We have no one else to blame it myself here, so I do apologise to all of you. So I'm going to change the subject.
Okay.
But before I do,
yep,
let us know if you've got any wild breakfast adventures that are as fucked up as that.
Yeah. Have you ever replaced milk with Ribena? Have you ever done that? I feel like some people may have done that before.
Did you do that, or did you just float the idea of possibly doing that one time?
No, I did it once. Yeah.
How are you alive?
It wasn't great. I'm a huge sweet tooth, but sometimes it's just sounds like a good idea, and then it's just
I think we're all flawed that didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm actually going to change on. We're going to move the subject on a little bit. I've been watching the playoffs a bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's been on KO in the background while I'm trying to work from home. So trying to avoid working from home now, so I can actually do some work, believe it or not. Finals are set.
They are, mate.
Warriors, Celtics.
Yeah. As many people predicted, I'd say.
At what stage?
I feel like the Celtics, right throughout, have been, as soon as they beat the Bucks, I think that was, everyone was like, oh yeah, they're probably going to get to the finals. And then Golden State have always had the potential to, but they just, against the Grizzlies and stuff, they really sort of had a few off games, but in terms of their lineup,
they're so deep. But I mean, the Celtics are as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just hope it's an interesting series, because in the playoffs so far, we've seen so many blowouts.
So many blowouts.
One team will get blown out one week, one game, and then the very next game, they'll blow the other team. Blow the other team out.
And it's not necessarily the home team always blows out the other team. It's been back and forth.
A weird playoff series so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I do like that vibe though of us chilling watching the playoffs. That's our indicator of how much time we spend together.
Yeah. I like it too, but I'm not sure our employers would like it as much. I think it's about time we got into Run It Back, isn't it?
Let's run it back. So, running it back, the second week of Sir Doug Nicholls Round has wrapped up. It's come to an end.
It has.
And we have, as per usual, our new sort of way of running it back. We've got some headlines, don't we?
We do. Do I have the first one?
You do have the first one.
All right. I wonder why you've given me this one. Do people actually want common sense? So the controversial 50-metre penalty that wasn't given at the end of the Swans Richmond game on Friday night. Who'd you tip?
I think I tipped the Swans.
Yeah, fuck, I tipped Richmond. I got it wrong. That was a big one. I'm back on the way down.
Did you? What was your margin that you put down?
9, I think I put.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I think I put 4. It was 6 or something on it.
Yeah, it was 6. Yeah. Because if the 50-metre penalty was paid, which isn't for us to determine, but if it was paid, they would have had a chance to tie the game after the siren.
Yes.
What do you think? Should it have been paid?
it's an iffy one. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Mm.
It's hard for me to be like, yes or no with something that's never happened before. I've got no basis for it, right? So,
it's tough. We've said this countless times on the show before. I don't envy the people making these kind of decisions because you never feel like you're going to get it 100% right.
No.
I could see it going either way because it's like it's technically the siren has sounded like that the game was over. So like there's nothing really there for the umpire to call. Yeah. But then it happened after the free kick was given. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But my take on umpiring so far this year after this game, after following this game, AFL fans, these frees are ridiculous. Where's the common sense? Umpires use common sense. AFL fans, that's ridiculous. It should have been a free kick. And I think that sums it up, really. That sums it up so far.
Glad we're not umpires.
Fucking oath. I'm just glad that I've got a
cup of tea.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, nothing better.
Yeah,
nothing better.
Warms you up.
English breakfast by name and nature. This bloke.
But that's Dilmar tea, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
still effectively owned by the British anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's what we do.
All right, I got another headline. New faces, same rivalry. So the Blues took on the Magpies.
Yeah, they did.
And it was a thriller. It was a thriller, mate.
It was, yeah.
I think the Blues were down by about 20-odd in the last quarter.
Deep into the last quarter as well.
Like, there was only a few was it 20 minutes in?
About 20 minutes into the fourth. Yeah.
Brought it back to 4 points. Insane.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, a lot of new faces in both those teams. But yeah, the rivalry never really seems to go away. And you see it in the fans. They fucking hate each other.
I think I did see something. There was something that popped up about like a brawl or something that happened outside.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I think I saw something on Facebook from I think it was something like PointsBet or something. They were interviewing fans after the game and they were just mates of supporting either team and they were just talking absolute shit with each other. I thought it was quite funny, but I didn't know about
that's funny. And then you just get like actual assault and actual brawls that happen in car parks and stuff. And it's like, cool. Like,
yeah, awesome. That's what everyone wants.
Yeah, exactly. Another headline for you.
You doubling down? All right, go for it.
I am doubling down.
I'm just going to have another sip then.
Okay. Can't spell Melbourne without the L.
It's pretty good.
The streak came to an end, mate.
It did, yeah.
The 17 wins.
Was it 17? Yeah, nice.
That's a pretty good streak. Pretty good.
Not good enough.
Not good enough for was that part of your multi last week? No.
I think I referenced that game. I think I did.
Okay. All right.
We'll get to it.
Oh, we'll get to it. But massive win. I mean, moving away from sort of Melbourne, Freo. Massive win for Freo. They ran away with it in the second half. They kicked 12 goals to 1 in the second half. That is very, very. I mean, that really puts them up there. I think they've had a couple of weeks off, but I think that performance against the caliber that is Melbourne, and it was in Melbourne as well, right? The game.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Demons like that for a while, so. Yeah, it is just one game, but it's certainly got to push him back into the conversation. Yeah. I think, for sure.
Absolutely.
Good on him. I got a headline for you. Mm-hmm. West Coast win. You remember this game? So they comfortably beat Aaron Norton by 35 points in prime time on Saturday.
Wow. They
West Coast versus Western Bulldogs. Saturday night footy. Nothing better. Obviously, the Dogs smashed West Coast by 101 points.
Pulverised.
Yeah. Another rabble of a club at the moment, West Coast.
Another.
I don't know of any. There's one that springs to mind, but I can't quite put my finger
on it?
On who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. Rhymes with Small Melbourne. But yeah, I mean, dogs are just that much better than West Coast, aren't they, really? West Coast is just that much worse than most teams in the comp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really that many headlines this week. Have you got anything you want to say on that one?
I'd be interested to see which of our two teams, not our two teams, which of North Melbourne and West Coast.
Well, where'd you pull?
Sorry?
I wasn't referencing North Melbourne at all. Where'd you pull that from?
I'm just thinking, like, nothing to do with what you said. I'm just thinking. North Melbourne's not in a great position at the moment. West Coast not in a great position at the moment. Which of those two clubs do you reckon have had more media scrutiny? I'd argue North Melbourne have.
Lately, yeah, they have.
It's just interesting.
You know why? Because everyone, myself included,
just hate North.
No. Hear me out. Well, yes, but hear me out. Everyone was giving them benefit of the doubt. Oh, they're young. They'll come good. Give them time.
Yeah.
I come out and say they've had their time.
Yeah.
Be better. They should be better by now.
And everyone listens.
And now the media's like, fucking, Critchlow's got a point. We're taking note. I tell you, we fucking made it. We're there.
That's it.
We're there. Either way, yeah. A couple of rabbles in the league at the moment. But that's not what we're here to talk about this week.
No.
One of the best things about Sir Doug Nicholls Round, in my opinion, is the indigenous guernseys. As you can see, I've got one on at the moment. You've got
the kit on,
for
mate.
Those on YouTube. I think this was 2018, so a few years old now. But saw the opportunity to buy a indigenous jumper in a long sleeve.
Yes,
so too good an opportunity to pass up.
Mm.
And we fucking love we love indigenous jumpers. We love long sleeve jumpers, but there's so many jumpers that we love.
Yes.
So inspired by indigenous jumpers.
Yeah.
We're going to go through some of our favourites of all time, indigenous or otherwise, and just kind of talk about some iconic kits.
Yes.
Did you want to kick us off, or should I? You want to go?
I'll go.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
go. I think, to be honest, I feel like what sparked this idea for an episode, we were actually thinking of doing this episode last week, but then obviously the election, we're like, it's a pretty good idea. So we pushed this back to this week, but the main sort of driver for it was the Melbourne Indigenous, I should say NAM Indigenous jersey for this year, 2022. And it is, I think it's just incredible. Like, because I think there's so many little parts to it. Like, you've got the bundle, the eagle down the bottom. You've got the boomerang, and you've got all the stars. The transition of colours from that blend of red and blue with the starlight up top. It's just incredible. Your thoughts on it?
Well, you combine that with the long sleeves, and there's just that many more stars and that much more colour to look at, and if all's gone to plan, this is on the screen right now. This is something we're trying this week.
We're looking. We've got it up on our monitor over here, but I'll put it somewhere, either here. What do you reckon? I should put it here or
just keep moving it around till we find as well. Nah, it's. I remember we posted it on the story.
Yes.
On the pod page on Instagram when it first was, released.
Mm.
And one of the best I've ever seen. I think I saw it and it blew me away. Like, it was like, that is incredible,
awesome. Yeah,
especially the long sleeve.
Yeah, so that's a given, mate.
Yeah, it's a given. It is a given. Nah, love your work. I've got another iconic kit for you, if that's all right.
Yes.
Fremantle.
The Dockers.
We have to mention this one.
Yes.
Obviously, on screen again.
Yes.
You've got the white anchor, you got the green, the red, the purple.
Yes.
A legendary kit. It was amazing when they brought this back for sort of retro round or whatever it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
You think of Fremantle, you think of these colours, you think of this kit, like, it is iconic. It is such a staple in their history as a club.
Yeah.
And again, another one that's even better long sleeve.
It's an interesting one because they're such a relatively new club in that sense. Obviously not compared to, Gold Coast and GWS and the
compared
like.
to Melbourne, Collingwood, Geelong.
Yeah, I think they came around in the 90s or something.
I think it was, yeah.
So to establish something that was so iconic in such a short period of time shows you how impressive the design itself is, I think.
Yeah, and to be honest, their current one, like the all purple with the white V's.
Yeah,
I fucking love that too.
it's good.
This is just that much better.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard. It's always hard to top a really good kit.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, got another one for you, mate.
Ooh.
This one is.
Ooh, I know where you're going with this.
This one. Shout out to our statsman Richard Tang. This one is the prison bars. Sorry. Yes, the Port Adelaide prison bars, mate. It was.
It is Port. Yeah, if you look closely,
it is actually Port Adelaide. Yeah. There's.
I can see how Eddie Maguire would struggle with it.
Yeah. You can see the green. Can you see the green in it? There's a bit of
the teal and
the teal. That's right. Yeah. Should we say anything else or just move on?
Well, I mean, it's funny. Obviously, we're talking a bit of shit about it, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you actually like it?
I don't know. I don't know if I like it. It's just kind of you think of kits and jumpers, and this one just pops in your head because of the recent controversy around it.
Yeah, around it. Yeah.
So I feel like it's something we just had to put in there.
Yeah.
Let us know. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
What are your thoughts on Port Adelaide's prison bar Guernsey?
Yeah.
Because we're not sure. We don't care, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm glad we got that out of the way. I'm so glad we had that one in there. That was, again, tackling the big issues week in, week out.
Yeah, exactly.
What's next?
We've got...
Ooh. Yeah, this is another recent one. Not an indigenous one, but a really recent one. The Giants all black jumper with the orange G.
Yes.
On the front. Really, really clean, really slick. You could say that when the Giants first entered the league, they were kind of when the colour scheme was announced,
the orange
and
charcoal
and white. It's like, ooh, what are you doing there? I don't know about that.
Yeah,
which is fair. I'm not that mad at it. They tried something different, gave it a bit of a go, and it's not the worst thing I've seen. But this one is sleek. I think sleek is the word. They've really nailed it. And do they still wear this one currently? Is it still a current one?
I'm not sure. I hope so.
Why am I asking you?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not sure. That's what I meant by I'm not sure. I'm not sure why you'd ask me of all
fair.
people.
That's fair. But no, I reckon in the Giants' short history, that's by far their best one.
Yeah, I really like it. I think I just love the look of black in general. Like, it's just dark, slick sort of stuff. I just rock that. That's just... Yeah.
I think looking at it as well, like less is more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to overcomplicate it. I'm struggling with words tonight. Simple, but effective.
Yes. Another one for you. Adelaide 2021 long sleeve clash.
Yes.
So we've got it up on the screen now. It's predominantly yellow, and then you've got your blue and your red stripes. So it's I don't know. I wouldn't put this up there in like my favorites, but like I think it's like it stands out in a way.
Especially in the long sleeves. I think that's what it is. It's particularly the long sleeves.
Yeah.
Because you think about Adelaide, again, they're a relatively new club.
Yeah.
They've had some that you're just like, oh. They got the one, I think it was 2008 or 2009. I think it was one of their clash ones where it had the massiur crow.
The big
there.
crow, yeah.
It was like, bits of blue that side or orange that side. I can't quite remember how it was. Some people loved it. Looking back at it now, it's like, oh, that ain't it. Ain't it. And then you got like they had the thinner stripes as well with the blue and the red and the yellow. Yeah. And then the crow just there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're difficult colours to work with.
Yeah, that's true. It's like you've got to go with what you're given, and that's quite often you're already at a disadvantage.
True. Just, well, the Giants turn it around.
Yeah.
And I'd say this, this yellow, predominantly yellow long sleeve clash jumper. Yeah.
It's done it. Yeah.
One of the best of the Crows, I reckon. Again, another one that's simple, right?
Yeah.
All right. Back when this rabble of a club wasn't a rabble. Yeah, don't take it personally. North.
Yes.
This is their clash jumper from, I think it was like 96 to 2002 or something like that.
The premiership era.
The glory days.
The glory days.
Glory days. The blue half at the top, blue kanga.
Yep.
Below, and then
Below
the stripes halfway down.
Halfway down. It was a iconic sort of emblem because that was our sort of logo as a club for a really long period of time. So it was, not only just the clash, but when you look us up on, internet and stuff, and this and that, that's what would come up, the logo. So it was obviously good enough to be that for a long, long period of time. I don't remember when it actually got changed, but it wasn't until the mid 2000s, I think.
Yeah, because I remember looking back, especially on the episodes we were doing last year.
Yeah,
looking back on old games and old records and stuff. You'd look at lists of teams, and you'd have Geelong Cats, Collingwood Magpies, Hawthorn Hawks, and then it'd just say Kangaroos. And then you get to a certain point in the future, like more recent years, and then it would say North Melbourne. So I don't know what point, you were just known as Kangaroos, and then you changed them. You probably don't have an idea about the history there either.
There was I do remember going to the, the National Museum of Sport or whatever, the one at the MCG.
Oh, yeah. National Sports Museum.
National Sports Museum.
You were there thereabouts.
And it was around the time where the whole relocate to Queensland thing was, relocate to the Gold Coast thing was.
It's so funny that this is not a new thing at all.
No. It's just it's just another day. Yeah. And the actual when there was a virtual, there was like an electric sort of a display, and you clicked on each team, and it would play the theme song, the club song. And you clicked on the North Melbourne one, and it would be. So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus. The Kangas are on the ball.
Wow, really?
They didn't even put North Melbourne in there.
Wow.
Because it was around the same time that there was the talk of relocating to the Gold Coast.
They're just prepping the move.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I was like, what?
Just got a Ravenous live show on air then as well.
Of that,
yeah, just cheeky bit of singing in there. We haven't had that happen on the show. Don't worry, guys. I'll try and get him to do it a little more. I'm not making any promises. It's the acoustics, mate. The acoustics,
mate.
Good thing you don't record music in here as well.
Yeah, fuck, wouldn't want to do that. This, I think we both agree on this. This next one is probably the best, not just Indigenous Guernsey. Oh, I reckon it's one of the best Guernseys ever.
I agree with you.
The Swans Indigenous Guernsey from 2019.
On the screen now.
Now, yes. Oh, should I time it? So when you do it.
I prefer if you did, so I don't look like a complete cunt all the time.
Maybe I won't do it. Just so you
just put it over my face.
Obviously, you've got the massive swan down at the bottom. And I don't know what it is about it. It's the because they've maintained the red and white and the actual swan shape in the background, but you've got this black swan at the front, and the way it's sort of the dot painting sort of aspect
the intricacy of the design is immense,
incredible.
I think the complexity and the story that this one to tell.
Yeah.
You just look at it and you can't not be amazed by it. One of the best, probably my favorite Indigenous jersey of all time. I'm sure a lot of people would agree.
Yep.
All right, one more for you, which might lead to a few more. I've got the this one here in mind. The doggies.
Mm.
Long sleeve, surprise, surprise.
Yes.
But old school. Like when it was woolly,
Yeah.
when it had the collar. It was like before like the mid to late 2000s when they had the bulldog on there.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is, which thankfully they've gone back to now.
Yeah.
Just the blue and then the thin white stripes with the red stripe in the middle.
Yeah.
Iconic. And it went across the sleeves as well.
Yes. Like when it's, yeah.
Yeah. And one of my favorites. I love the doggies.
Yes.
I love the doggies. I'd say they're probably my second team.
Yep.
And yeah, just iconic. But you can say that any kind of Guernsey from that time, like the woolly Guernsey with the collar, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Already a tick from me.
Yeah. I think the fact that the stripe goes across the mane and the sleeves as well, it's like it's designed for a long sleeve.
Yeah.
And that's already a tick in the book.
Because their current long sleeve does that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the astronaut wear it as well. Yeah, I mean it's the same with the Cats one as well. Like the sleeve, well, it looks stupid if the hoops didn't go onto the sleeves as well. Wouldn't it? But, yeah. But I mean any yeah. I think you know what I mean when I say the woolly one, right? Like,
yeah.
And then with the collar,
absolutely. Yeah.
Iconic.
I reckon we should ask the listeners what their favourite kits of all time are. I know it's a very big question to ask, but we want to know what you guys think.
We do, yeah. We know that we missed a shitload, that there's heaps of legendary Guernseys out there that we haven't raised. So let us know. Hit us up. Slide into the DMs, into the comments, as you always do. Let us know.
So getting forward now, obviously we've been talking about kits, but it is, still sort of fresh off Sir Doug Nicholls Round. Who is your favourite indigenous player of all time?
That's a good question. There's been so many, hasn't there, really?
Yeah.
So many, and they're all sort of icons of the game.
Yes.
I think answering on behalf of the show, it's either going to be Eddie Betts or Sean Burgoyne.
Or Silk, yeah.
And I'm having a real hard time splitting the two.
Yeah. I knew you'd be tossing up between one of those two, but...
No, that's on behalf of the show, I think. No, as in, so I'll have my answer. We'll have a fine leg to full forward answer, and then you'll have your answer, because obviously I know who yours is going to be.
Yeah. Wait, on behalf of the show...
Like, just referencing that we always talk about...
We do always talk about
fucking
that.
I got there in the end.
Yeah, okay. I'm interested in yours, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about it. It's just kind of talking about, like, just thinking about who my favourite players are, no matter...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about some Geelong greats.
Probably not so much Geelong, hey?
Nah. You got Polly Farmer.
Yeah.
I guess he hasn't really...
I feel like the greats haven't, like... We've touched on most of the greats. I think we've talked about, Goodsey. We've talked about Michael O'Loughlin. We've talked about Andrew McLeod. We've brought them all up before, but Nicky Winmar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to pick a favourite. I know.
It is. Let me say, I'm going to say Alan Christensen.
Okay.
Was
Nice.
it Geelong? Was part of the 2011 Premiership team?
Correct.
And I'm picking him because of when the game was still, like the grand final against Collingwood, when it was still up in the air.
Yes.
I think it was in the third quarter.
Yep.
Geelong were coming back, and it was a kick out of defence onto the wing, and this young bloke at the time was outnumbered 2-1.
Yep.
And he leapt up and outmarked both of them, which then led to a kick to, I want to say, I can't remember who it was, but then there was a kick to Jimmy Bartell and then a kick to Hawkins to kick a goal just before three-quarter time. So massive moment
Momentum
in a massive
changer.
game.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say him for that moment because that's something that sticks with me.
That's all you need, mate.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a great answer.
What do you want to tell us that yours is?
Is Daniel Wells. I
Which-
can tell everyone that my favourite Indigenous player of all time is Daniel Wells.
Tell everyone again. Like, it's not news to anyone.
No, it's not.
And that's not a bad thing at all. We
No.
love Wellesley.
We love Wellsy. Absolutely.
Great.
But as for the show,
Yeah, you're on board with what I was saying.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
okay. He's picked up what
I've come
I put down.
around to it.
Fucking hell. Got there in the end. I got him, guys.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
What, you trying to split the two?
Yeah.
I feel like we've spoken about Eddie a little more.
Then Silk?
Yeah.
I think so too.
But I'm happy to have them tied.
Can we do that?
I think we can do that.
I feel like it's our show, so we
feel like-
kind of can do that.
Yeah, you know what? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And now what we're doing? What's next?
Switch on.
Now, why do I always forget the order of the fucking segments? We're switching on.
Switch on.
Switching on this week, I have a question for you. Well, I have a couple, but I'll start with this one.
Yep.
So I'm putting a scenario forward to you.
Mm.
The AFL introduces 2 new clubs. One in Tasmania
Yes.
and one in Darwin. Now, for the sake of this completely hypothetical exercise,
I love this idea.
the Tassie club is not North Melbourne, which is like ridiculous to think about, but it's not North Melbourne.
It's not.
It's not. In this hypothetical,
Okay.
because this isn't real life.
Yes.
Because
yes.
hypothetically, they're not moving to Tassie.
Yeah, because in real life, there's okay. We yeah,
Okay.
go on.
So 2 new clubs, Tassie and Darwin. What colour scheme would you pick for these kits?
This is a brilliant question. I just want to pause just for a second. That's a awesome question.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Really like
Appreciate it.
it.
Fuck you, North.
I don't know.
We're being too nice. It felt weird. I had to just do something. I had to chuck something in there. You didn't hit right away, did you?
No. It should be like a game. Like you got like word sneak. You just gotta like
Yeah.
just in amongst other random shit. Just quickly, just under your breath, or maybe you move away from the mic and say it. Or,
Just scream it that way.
yeah. I think for the Darwin team, I would go with something. I think green would be the base color,
That's fair.
mainly with like, I'm thinking like Arnhem Land, Kakadu National Park, very green sort of areas. Lots of crocodiles around there.
Yeah.
Something green. I don't know what a secondary color would be.
That's what I need, though, man. That's what I need.
Oh,
Because there's not really... Is there really any green teams? Like, Freo had that little bit of green in there.
they got rid of it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I wonder why there's no green teams.
Why is there no green teams in the AFL?
There should be green teams.
Is it because of the grass? Like, that's not my team, mate. That's some grass. It's growing legs.
But think of like, Aussie cricket team, obviously lots of green on that. There's nothing wrong with having green.
No. So would you go like green and gold then, you reckon?
For
Like the secondary colour
for Darwin.
for Darwin. I just fucking bailed you out there.
Maybe.
I mean, you could go like green and white. Like, you don't need to...
Yeah. See, I think it's like, what would that team represent all of the Northern Territory? Because if it does, then you've got Alice Springs, and then I'd go for something a lot more, red, like red centre,
That's true. Yeah,
dust,
yeah.
dirt sort of things.
But you remember that part where I asked the question and I said the team was based in Darwin?
In Darwin, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Darwin.
I have no idea about Tassie. Like, as in what colours to pick.
Hmm.
Do you reckon they should be called the Jack Jumpers?
Well, they're green, aren't they?
I think so.
Are they green? What do you mean you think so? You followed their journey to the final. They were all over your social media feed. I feel like you'd have to... why does green jump out as well? I don't know.
It is a very green state.
It is, yeah. Maybe that's why that popped into my head. I don't know. You don't have any idea?
For Tassie?
For Tassie. You could go like kind of like what the Hobart Hurricanes do. You could get like purple with Cadbury to sponsor them.
Yeah, true.
You'd have to put something else in there as well because when they play Freo, obviously you got clash bits and stuff, so that Freo could be in white and stuff. But
yeah, I'm just trying to think of iconic things in Tassie, and I don't know. Cradle Mountain is amazing. I reckon they should take inspiration from Cradle Mountain and make a Cradle Mountain themed.
I just want colours, man.
Kit. Yeah, I don't know.
So green and gold for Darwin. I think we landed there.
Yeah.
I can't think of any more colours. Like, I've instantly forgotten every colour.
I reckon. What colour is mist? Because that's what I think of when I think of Cradle Mountain.
What colour is mist?
Is mist a colour? Like, it's like a.
Do people see what I'm dealing with here? People see the kind of shit I got to put up with sometimes. Oh my god. What colour is mist? I don't know. Is it what? Maybe like grey?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, that's a great colour for a team. I'm just going to... We'll leave it up to the listeners. Because we're getting nowhere with that.
No. Holy shit, that was one question.
That was one question. Yeah. So we've... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. We've identified the colour for Darwin.
Mm-hmm.
Give us the colour for the Tassie team, which apparently won't be North Melbourne. Question 2. What is the worst AFL kit you've ever seen?
Oof. Trying to think now.
While you're thinking, then I've got a couple.
What's yours?
So that we're not just sitting here in silence.
Sitting here in silence, yeah.
So I don't know how long ago it was. Maybe a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even longer. Geelong did a T-shirt for the pre-season comp. It was like a white T-shirt. It had a big G there and like 3 or 4 thin blue stripes.
Yeah, right.
Like either side of the G. Taking inspiration from when the NBA did like the short sleeve. Maybe,
of course.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That one wasn't great. Also, we love the Saints.
Yeah.
But when the Saints did the yellow jumpers, which is on screen now.
Oh, okay. I'll get it up.
We'll find that for you.
I'll find that. I'm trying to think of that.
Yeah, it was like yellow everywhere, and then there was a bit here that was white, and then they did the cross like that.
What?
Yeah. And then Hawthorn's Power Ranger.
That's
pretty bad too. So there's been some shockers.
Ah, jeez. I do remember. We've talked about the Power Ranger one on the show before a long time ago.
Yeah, we did.
I think what you described as the St Kilda one sounds horrendous. So I'm going to go with that once I look at it again, because that sounds... Why would you even put yellow on if you...
Breaking news, Ashwin hates the Saints.
Whoa.
Wow, you've pissed off half of our listeners. Do you want to get on with your questions?
Okay, question 1.
Oh, you can't fucking win sometimes. It's funny, man.
If the Aussie cricket team suddenly needed to revamp the ODI kits and had to choose between stripes or a sash, which one would you pick?
You know when I asked my first question and you said, fuck, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
This ain't that good. This is, fuck, I really need to think of a question this will do.
You can tell.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they did the stripes. Like why do I think there's like an old school ODI kit where there was stripes, or at least like halfway, like stripes up to halfway or something?
Like sort of lines that sort of went on angles.
I think it was like the same kind of layout as the prison bar. They went up to like there, and it was like green and gold, and I want to say blue.
Oh, yeah, that's going back a while, actually.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I was thinking the other one, the green here on like panels, green panels here, and then yellow with a VB.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'd probably say that.
Okay.
I reckon we could sort of do like a heritage sort of kit. Pay
Yep.
pay homage to that one.
Yep.
What would you say?
I'd go with a sash.
How would you do the
think.
sash? What would you?
I feel like it would look sick. Like if you had like it could be like a transition sort of color thing from like a dark green to a gold sort of thing, and doesn't directly have to be an actual sash like you see in the footy, but just some sort of line or some sort of like jagged sort of thing that comes across.
I feel like they've got that, or they've had that quite recently. Like it was black, and then it was like green and gold there, and it like faded into the black.
Maybe I don't remember.
Maybe.
The T20s.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds vaguely familiar.
Maybe.
See, when you thought sash, I instantly went to like the Bombers or the Tigers.
Yeah.
Just fucking just chuck a Southern Cross on the sash,
Yeah.
mate. That'll be right. Yeah, easy as. Good to go.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We've disagreed there.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Question 2. Joe Johnson is recognised as the first Indigenous player to play in the VFL AFL.
Oh, I thought he played for Brooklyn. I saw Joe.
Which team did he first represent in 1904?
Which team did he first represent?
Yeah. Which AFL/VFL team, the first Indigenous player to ever play the game, which team did he play for in 1904?
The way that you asked it was quite suspicious. Which team did he represent? That makes me feel like the team isn't around anymore. Well, are you saying you making that noise makes me say think otherwise? Nah, I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to say university.
Nah.
Fuck, I thought I had you then. I thought I outsmarted you.
Nah,
what was it?
It's a team that has since relocated.
North Met.
Fitzroy.
Fitzroy, yeah, right.
Which is now Fitzroy Football Club, which is now the Brisbane Lions.
Yes, it is. There you go.
There you go.
That's something that I've learned today.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Time.
That's what all.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, mate. That's what Switch On's all about. Sorry, I interrupted you. Do you want to say it again?
Time for my mate's multi.
Money! Money!
All right, time for my mate's multi. So, my legs from last week. Leg 1, I said an Indigenous player will lead the round in Dream Team points this week. Nah, didn't happen. Tommy Stewart led the round.
Can we just talk about Tommy Stewart for a second?
Sure.
40 disposals for the second time this season.
Yeah.
85% efficiency.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 34 of them were kicks and like 16 or 17 marks.
Yeah, 16 marks.
The man is a freak.
That's insane.
Actually, and shout out to Tom Atkins as well. 17 tackles that same game. Apparently 5th all time, I think.
In a game.
In a game.
That's insane.
I might have read that. I might have misread that, but yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, just had to sneak that in there. You can't tell what I go for, can you?
No, I can't. But he did kick 5 goals, though. Maybe I should have made it an Indigenous player will lead the round in terms of kicking goals.
You fucked up.
I did fuck up. Leg 2. No one in the NBA will score over 50 points this week. Tick.
You shit-assed your way to a leg.
I did.
I'm so proud of you.
Jimmy Butler got close. I think he dropped 47
yeah.
one of the games. But nope. That's one in the bank. Leg 3. Someone in the AFL, well, in the AFL world, a player, coach or commentator will get in trouble for saying something politically incorrect. No. Not that I've heard of anyway.
You're just looking for controversy and drama again?
Yeah, I just assumed someone would come out and say something with all the North stuff going on. Thought something might happen, but haven't heard much. So 1 from 3.
1 from 3, where we like to be. All right, my legs from last week. Leg 1, I said that Freo will have the lowest score for back-to-back weeks. Oh boy, was I wrong about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say what I've told you the other day. I won't say it. So none from 1. Leg 2, I said both Carlton and Collingwood will score 100 plus in their Sunday Arvo game. That didn't happen either.
Nope.
None from 2. And then leg 3, I said that I will see 12 plus news stories about North Melbourne this last week.
Yep.
because of the resignations they had.
Yes.
The night that we recorded, right? It was a week ago.
Yes.
Yeah. I last counted Sunday night, and it was 16 that I saw.
Yeah, not the slice bit surprise.
Yeah. So 1 from 3 as well.
Solid.
Yeah, back where we belong.
Back where we belong, mate. My legs for this week.
Go for it.
Leg 1, I said Critch will spend at least 70 minutes waiting at the airport before his flight on Friday.
Okay.
I think you like to get places early, so
That's true. I might just
you wouldn't get
Just gonna-
there. You wouldn't get there late just for the sake of the multi. I know you.
69 minutes. That's what we're waiting for.
Nice. Leg 2. A team will win by over 100 points this weekend.
Okay.
We had the doggies this week. I think someone will repeat the dose
Right, okay.
next week.
Yep.
Leg 3. Jason Tatum to score more points than Klay Thompson between now and the next episode.
Like, accumulatively?
Accumulatively.
Okay, I'm surprised I got that word first go then, to be honest. Okay. That's... I feel like that's a pretty easy one, but all right, no worries. That's fine.
Really?
Like, we're fine with it. It's fine.
Fine. I reckon that's dicey. I reckon Klay could go
Klay can go off at any point in his life. Okay, all right. We'll see how you go then.
Mm-hmm.
Mine this week, leg 1. I said I will watch a grand total of 0 seconds of footy live this weekend.
Yep.
Being up in northern New South Wales.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming up, and AFL's not really big up there, so I can't imagine I'll watch much of it.
Probably not.
Leg 2. Both Adelaide and West Coast will score more behinds than goals when they play each other on Saturday Arvo.
All right.
We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
And then at leg 3, I said that Gold Coast will set a new club record for their biggest ever winning margin. So their record, you played. Their record currently sits at 86. They beat Hawthorn by 86 in 2017.
Yeah.
They play North Melbourne this weekend.
They do play North Melbourne.
And they're going to win by 87 or more.
You reckon that's a 100-point game?
Well, it means we both get a leg.
Yes.
It's a win-win.
Is it?
Well, not for North.
Yeah.
You don't care. You don't.
Game's happening up in Darwin, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't Gold Coast play there last week?
Maybe.
I think they did. Yeah, they did. There you go. They're staying there then, aren't they? They must be.
Might as well.
They're being relocated.
Gold Coast is being
Darwin's team colours. Red and yellow. There you go. Fucking hell. They've answered the question for us before we even asked it.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Fuck. We make things happen, don't we?
We really fucking do. That's going to just about do it for us this week. This coming round is the first of the bye rounds. I can't believe we're getting to this stage of the season already. It's fucking flying by.
It has, hasn't it?
It really, really
Is
has.
Is there 3 of these?
There's 3 of these. I'm going to just lay the groundwork early.
Mm-hmm.
We might be having a bye round soon as well. Just the 1 week off. But, we planned this at the start of the season. We wanted a bit of a mid-season rest so we could, the run home will be a big one.
Mm. Absolutely.
There you go. Got that out of the way. Anything you want to
And
sneak in?
before I sign off in the usual fashion, I would like to say I did, we've just finished Sir Doug Nicholls Round for this year. It's wrapped up. Through work, we actually did a tour of the Koori Heritage Trust yesterday. So it's at Fed Square, and it was like an hour tour, and it was phenomenal, mate.
Yeah.
Like absolutely incredible. And I was hit with the same feeling that I'm always hit with when I learn a lot. It's sort of, I feel stupid for knowing so little about Indigenous culture, but I'm also so grateful that I now know it. It's a mix of those two feelings, and I get hit with it every single time. So, just for the listeners, if you are ever hanging around Fed Square, check out the Koori Heritage Trust, because I I do a lot of cool stuff.
Beautifully worded, mate. Well said. Well said. Yeah, yeah. Just hearing you talk about that like that was, yeah. I can tell it means a lot to you, and I know that for a fact. So, yeah, well said. I'm going to go make another cup of tea now.
Nice.
Anything you want to say?
There is.
Yeah, what would that be?
Keep kicking goals.